My morning alarm goes off, and I flail about uselessly for a while until I remember that I've decided to give morning runs another shot. I don't know if this was my greatest idea, but I'm determined to keep going. This is about my health, after all. Sure, things haven't been great lately for me, but that hasn't made existence so intolerable that I'm not going to try everything I can to stay healthy. Besides, it's all about asserting some kind of control over this thing, right? If I can manage that, well, I can manage anything. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Once again, it would appear that I'm not alone in my run. Emmy has apparently been here for some time. It looks like she's already worked up a good sweat. Just when the hell does she come down here, anyway?
Oh, it's you! I'm surprised to see you again.
Why is that?
Well, not many people actually manage to come back for a second try.
She frowns, seemingly annoyed by a passing thought.
Like the rest of the track team, for instance. Still, it was only supposed to be on a volunteer basis, so it's not that big of a shock. And I guess it's pretty early in the morning.
A shrug, and suddenly it appears that she's forgotten what she was talking about. The frown disappears entirely, and she seems to snap back to her previous train of thought.
So, come on then!
What?
You're here to run again, right?
Well, yeah.
So come on!
I find myself suddenly grabbed and yanked onto the track. Things seem to be set on mirroring yesterday's run. That is, I seem to be struggling, while Emmy moves with an effortlessness that I find enviable. It's incredibly bothersome to be so easily worn out. I know I should be patient, work towards things gradually, but it's difficult to stay positive about this. We round the track and start on our second lap. Emmy seems to have grown impatient keeping pace with me, and begins to pull away. This is where I gave out yesterday. Will I be able to do more? I let Emmy go with her own pace. She doesn't show mercy, pulling half a lap ahead of me in an instant. I don't blame her. I mean, it's not as if I'm really putting up any sort of real fight out here, is it? Instead, I'm just running at a steady pace, which is what I should be doing, right? There's no need to go pushing my limits at this stage of the game. God, is this even worth it? As we finish the second lap, I break off again. Emmy keeps going, and it almost seems to me that she's disappointed. Well, that's stupid. I don't have anything to prove to her. Come to think of it, I got nothing to prove to myself either. I'm just fine the way I am. And what I'm not is a runner. This was probably a bad idea. Maybe there's something else I can do instead of this. Getting up this early sucks anyway. There's gotta be some other way to keep healthy. Walking, maybe. Nice afternoon walks. Yeah, that sounds good. Running isn't for me. I wave to Emmy and head back to my room. I'll think of something else later. Back in my room, the first thing I see is the familiar row of medication bottles lined on top of my dresser, and it makes me depressed, as usual. It's annoying. I thought I was okay. I thought I had made my peace with this thing, gotten over it. But what I really did, I allowed myself to forget that I have a problem. Being here really reminds me of the reality, and trying to fight against it just hurts. Reflecting on it is only going to do so much. I've done this before, for months. It seems like it's time to get over it. If I allow myself to forget that my life is definitely not going to be as long as those of others, I won't get anywhere. My life may be different from others, but it is a life in progress. That is how I'll rationalize it. I downed the usual handful of pills, trying to push the sudden dreary feeling out of my head. Then I prepare to head out to class early, as usual. As I step into the hallway, I notice Kenji coming around the hallway corner, stealthily making his way over to his own room with a large bag. As he sneaks past me soundlessly like a ninja hiding in plain sight, I call out to him. Hey! He jumps at the sound of my voice.
Oh, hey man, I didn't notice you there. I'm really tired.
I think it's more like you didn't see me. That's not the issue. Where have you been this early? Shopping?
Nah, I wasn't shopping. Sometimes I had to visit the math teacher. Yeah, I figured it would be a good idea to find out when the next exam is, since he tells you in advance if you want.
So then, what's in the bag?
I thought I'd go shopping while I was outside. I need supplies to continue the fight against a vast feminist conspiracy.
Okay. I thought you didn't go outside.
I wear a hat now.
I decide to not point out that he's not wearing a hat. An awkward silence settles between us, and then Kenji breaks it by pushing his door open slowly, releasing a creaking sound into the air that only makes the moment seem more awkward. He sets the bag down inside his room and then closes the door. I'm surprised you went out of your way to find out a test date. Trying to take advantage of an opportunity to study is pretty diligent.
I never study.
Oh.
I just wanted to know when the next test day was. I'm still going to take it, duh. I need to know so that I know what day I can't afford to skip class. He usually sends out updates on that crap by phone, so I had to step out and check up on it.
And why do you have to go out when you can get it on your phone?
I don't carry a phone.
What do you mean you don't carry a phone? You mean you just leave it at home?
Nah, I don't use phones. I don't have a phone. Phones. I have no phone.
Why don't you have a phone? How can you not have a phone? No phone at all? No phone?
I just don't like phones. Actually, I'm kinda scared of them. I don't know why. I think it's some kind of repressed trauma. But basically, when I hear a phone, I get nervous. It's my darkest secret. I have two theories on it. Either I have some fear of receiving some undefined, ominous, life-altering doom call, or I was beaten with a phone in the past. Beaten so badly, I can't remember it.
Beaten in the head?
Well, where else could I get beaten with a phone that would make me unable to remember it? The ass?
Unexpectedly logical. I feel very depressed now. Sensing this conversation is more or less over, Kenshi opens the door again and prepares to head inside.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep, dude. Have a good one.
Class is gonna start in like 20 minutes.
I already did something today. Too tired to go to school. Hey, you need some lip balm? I accidentally bought two because I thought the store had started selling individual AA batteries.
Thanks, but no thanks. The door down the hall opens with a crack as it swings forward from being pushed open too strongly and crashing against the wall. The sound is followed by a peal of bubbly laughter, and I instantly know who it is. At the noise, Kenshi disappears into his room like a ninja, slamming the door shut just as Shizune and Misha walk over, the former taking small, efficient steps towards me while the latter more or less bounces off the walls. I try to do the same as Kenji, but it's too late. Misha puts her foot between my door to prevent me closing it, so I have no other choice but to let them in.
Hi, Hee-chan. Hi.
Hi. What are you two doing here? I wonder if the pause between those two sentences was politely long enough.
Hee-chan, that's rude. We came to pick you up. Did you think we thought you were going to escape and come to make sure you didn't? Surely not, Hee-chan.
Hey, I didn't say that's what you were here for. I know, but now I know it's exactly what they are here for.
It's time for student council work. Yes, it is. Aren't you happy, Hee-chan? To be able to help the whole school? You are like a hero. The future generations will tell stories of this day.
Interesting. I didn't think joining the student council would be a heroic deed worthy of Hercules. Well, I guess I did promise, so... I've neglected Shizune, and only now do I notice her in the corner of my vision, peering around my room over my shoulder, her analytical eyes darting from object to object. This is kinda intrusive. The feeling of being exposed crawls in my balls. Luckily, I don't have dirty laundry on the floor or anything like that.
What is it, C-chan? Yeah, this is Hee-chan's room. We haven't seen it before. I didn't even realize. It's kinda plain, but Hee-chan hasn't had time to decorate it yet. Isn't that so? What are those?
She points at my collection of medications on the night table. I don't really want to talk about it with these two. It's nothing. I quickly step in front of them, trying to hide the stuff behind my back. Shizune takes a step back, looking suspicious, but it's an expression not without concern. I hope if I avoid it, she'll understand that I don't want her to keep prodding me about it.
Really? What are you hiding, Hee-chan?
Nothing.
Is that so?
I realize I can't really squirm my way out of this. They are nosy by nature, and hiding it is just going to pique their curiosity more. Yeah, okay, it is something. but I don't really want to talk about it, okay? Not yet. Can we just put this aside for now? As Misha translates, Shizune stares at me hard with her eyes focused and analytical as ever, peering at me curiously over the rims of her glasses. Her fingers press against each other thoughtfully, as if she's weighing the value of pursuing this further than necessary against the insult of disrespecting my wish. Her expression finally melts into a slight smile when she signs something to Misha.
Okay, then we'll wait and become better and better friends, and one day when you feel like it, you can tell us about it.
Both of them smile widely at me, and I feel shocked and a little stupid about being like this. They are not stupid, and probably can at least halfway guess what's going on with me. And such simple, kind words. I feel relieved that they don't think any worse of me even if I'm like this. Even if I'm not like the rest here. Even if I can't be at ease about it. It seems that behind the obnoxious, mischievous acts, both of these girls are really kind and good people. That's what I think. Thanks. So, you want me to help you out today, right? Since I'm one of you now.
Yep.
After class?
No. Now.
Now? What about class? You're going to skip again?
Ha! It's for the common good, so we can sacrifice our math lessons and maybe the social studies too.
Well, I guess I'm fine with it.
Awesome, Hee-chan. You said it, okay? Remember, I'm fine with helping out. That's what you said, right?
Yeah. That tone. I suddenly regret saying it.
Okay, are you ready to go then? We can go to the office together.
No, you're probably going to make me carry all your stuff for you or something.
Don't be silly, Hee-chan. We've never walked to school together, Hee-chan.
I almost want to ask why we would, but then it dawns on me. The both of them consider me their friend, like Misha said before. They want to become better friends with me, even. It's weird. I've never really thought about them that way, or any of the people I've met so far this week. Is it really so easy? Just like that. Okay, let's go then. Shizune grins craftily and puts her hands behind her back.
Ha! That's great, Hee-chan. Okay, but first, you had a really great idea. C-chan liked it a lot, so it's time for a game.
Oh no.
C-chan is holding a 1,000 yen note in one hand, Hee-chan. If you guess which one, you can have it. If you don't, you're carrying all our books to school. Right, C-chan? Right.
She and Shizune exchange nods.
Okay, Hee-chan, get ready.
Carrying 3 bags instead of 1, I think about the day that's ahead of me. Of us. I can see students walking back and forth through the courtyard, probably in preparation of their own projects. The festival is practically here. That means there are only 2 possible reasons that my help is required. Either there is only a small amount of work left, and they just want a helping hand to wrap up the mundane final checks they are obligated to do, or there is a ton of work left, and Shizune is putting on a calm face as a torrent of built-up procrastinated work threatens to kill us all. Once inside the office, I look around and see that it's deserted. I guess this means there isn't a lot of work left, huh? Since there's no one here and all.
It's always like this, Hee-chan.
This confirms what I have thought before, but I've never actually been able to confirm definitively. Shizune and Misha are the student council. The whole student council. Damn, so it's true. Student council is really only you 2. Shizune looks as if she's stuck wondering whether to be ashamed or explode with anger, and Misha is equally divided between laughing and trying to stop her.
Well then, Hee-chan, you'll be happy to know that since it's just us 3, we have a lot to do. A lot!
That does not make me happy. But it seems to make Shizune very happy.
Wahahaha! Just kidding.
The work turns out to be sorting and double-checking the considerable amount of paperwork necessary for an event such as a school festival to get done. Bureaucracy is a mind-boggling thing, but we managed to finish it just when the lunch bells ring.
Okay, now that we are done, we can relax a little, but not too much. We have lots more to do in the afternoon. It's actually not that much work, Hee-chan, so we can afford to enjoy a little lunch first. Ha 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 ha!
two of them produce a small array of plastic containers seemingly out of thin air.
It's chicken cutlet with tomatoes and soybean sprouts. Doesn't it sound delicious, Hee-chan? It was just made this morning, and it's still warm, so eat, eat, eat!
I take one of the containers and open it. It looks nice, and certainly smells good. The fact that I'm really hungry adds to that even more. Wow, this looks great. Where did you get this?
That isn't important, Hee-chan. There was supposed to be a stall selling lunchboxes, but the girl who was to run it suddenly said she couldn't do it. C-chan said, "What a waste. It was a lot of work to trick Hee-chan into making this." Hey, what the hell? So, C-chan wanted to see if she could do it, but then decided to... Right, C-chan?
Shizune sulks angrily, shooting Misha a displeased look. I don't think I was supposed to hear that story. This is your test food?
I'm eating it too, Hee-chan. And C-chan is too.
That doesn't answer the question. Nevertheless, I split the pair of chopsticks Shizune offers me, pick up a piece of cutlet, and pop it into my mouth. It's surprisingly good. I didn't expect Shizune to be such a good cook. Shizune puts her chopsticks down to sign curtly towards Misha, who gulps down her cutlet with noticeable difficulty in order to speak for her.
Hee-chan, don't talk with food in your mouth.
It's not like I enjoy doing it. Anyway, how motherly to show that kind of concern.
You can't even eat right, Hee-chan. That's all it is.
It's a stalemate. I can't eat in order to talk to Shizune, who can't eat in order to chastise me for eating the wrong way. Misha, caught in between, is in the same situation, and looks the most disheartened by how this is going. Either way, our food is getting colder by the second, and it wasn't piping hot to start with. Wherever this was going, it dies down pretty fast once we all realize that, and we eat. After a while the bell rings, but Misha makes no attempt to tell Shizune, so I'm sure they're planning to skip classes and spend the rest of the day in here again.
Hee-chan, do you have any plans for the festival?
No, not really. After all, I've only been here a week. What could I set up in that time?
Wah-ha-ha-ha! Hee-chan, you helped us out so much, don't sell yourself short.
Okay.
We're serious.
Okay. The two of them seem to get indignant over the strangest things.
You're going though, right, Hee-chan? You should at least see what we've accomplished. Everyone should be able to look at what they've done so they can fully understand their work. That's my belief. You're no exception. Hee-chan, you should definitely go. If you don't have anything planned, then maybe we can even go together.
Do you need a hand? If there's anything you need help with, I'm fine with sticking around. I feel much more at ease than I did earlier. My previous concerns and fears long gone. I've forgotten about this morning's trouble entirely until now, having fun with Shizune like this. Having fun with Shizune. It seems like an unfamiliar concept to think of, but looking back on it, I've really enjoyed the moments I spent with Shizune and Misha these past few days, in spite of everything else. We might be going together, but maybe I can afford to stick around a little longer, and I guess it beats class.
Really, Hee-chan? Okay, we can consider this you repaying us for the free lunch. Great, this is great! Really, really great! C-chan was hoping to bring this up again later anyway. Ha 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 ha! Wah ha 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 ha!
That's not a free lunch at all. Normally I would be angry, or at least slightly unsettled, but my mood has improved from earlier on, so I let it slide. Helping them out turns out to consist mostly of stamping forms and making what seems like 10,000 copies apiece of 50 different budget reports. It's not hard, but very boring, and according to Misha, the simplest of the tasks they deal with. I feel myself getting more and more tired, and with that, less eager to return to class. This is especially bad because the more time I spend out of class, the harder it seems to just get up and go back. These two, they're a terrible influence. Terrible role models. Not that it bothers me all that much, and I'm sure no one looks up to them, but it's the principle of the thing.
Done!
Ah, that was fast. I'll be finished before this period's over, I think.
No, Hee-chan. Everything is done, so you're done too.
It doesn't make any sense. Are you telling me this is all arbitrary and you've been keeping me here for the hell of it?
No. But we have kept you long enough. You should go back to class, Hee-chan. You can still make it for most of this period.
What about you?
Of course we're coming too, of course. We'll be right behind you.
Reassured, I start heading back to class, but the period is almost halfway over, so I started thinking it would be pointless halfway there and past the difference between this class and the next drinking juice in the hallway. I keep an eye on the door to the student council room, but it doesn't open. What's taking them so long? Are they busy wrapping up my share of the work? Well, it shouldn't take so long, unless there's more and they just wanted me to leave. The more I think about it, the likelier it seems. Shizune is, well, not an idiot, but clearly she's unable to just come out with things. Maybe it's because she can't talk, so it's harder for her. She has Misha, but all in all, as easy as they make it look, there's still a difference between casual speech and sign language. I contemplate going back there to check on them, but the bell rings and I have to go to class. They join me a few minutes later, and the thoughts I had in my mind before slip away into the routine of school life. By the time I remember, school is over for the day and I'm too tired to do anything but go home, do my homework, and then go to sleep.